Ba-da-ba-da-doom. Morning, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Doom, boom, doom, ba-da-doom, boom, boom. Okay, we're gonna turn off the master volume real quick. Boom, ba-doom, ba-boom, ba-da-doom. Or not. Can we just mute it? There we go. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. All right. Oh crap! I gotta. There we go. Mute that. I have everything set up. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Eden. We are going to fly from Turkey to Singapore today. That was Boo's suggestion. I don't know how long the flight is. It actually doesn't look all that long, but Hawaii was deceiving, so we'll see. But first, I want to go over a few things because I got a message asking for help with streaming. Specifically to Mixer. So all I'm going to do is go over my setup and how I do it, and it's going to be relatively short. I'm going to show you guys a couple of websites that'll help you get where you need to go, especially with Mixer. Mixer is absolutely great when it comes to their supporting their service. So let's yeah, let's actually switch to this one. We'll get rid of the Subnautica one, so we don't need it. Bye-bye, Subnautica. And we'll get rid of the thank you. Now, I have a bunch of overlays and things like that, and that's all personal. So, my airplane, my starting break, and thank you for watching messages, those are all personal. None of those have any impact on actually streaming. You just pick what's good. Hi, you're good. I guess I did ask how everybody was this morning. How you doing? I just said how you doing, Smuggle. Sorry, it's force of habit. Whenever I see anyone's name, I try to make sure I ask them how their day's going. I'm glad to see you here. So I know Caleb can't make it today. So for the simple purpose of this video, we're going to do the short introduction for my streaming setup at the beginning, so he can watch the recording on YouTube, and anyone else who's interested. And it's really simple. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Mixer, but not my page. Let me set this up to capture. Not really a browser source, I just want it to capture a window. Nope, this one. Alright, so right now this is set up to capture my desktop here. One of the things I would recommend is looking in the Streamlabs. It's not necessary, but it's a lot of fun to get notifications when people donate, subscribe, sponsor, or have super chat to your channel. I basically use it for subscribers on YouTube. That's pretty much it. Now, yeah, people can donate and people can sponsor, but I set up the subscribers is what I did. Now, I currently also use StreamJar, which I like more, but doesn't work with YouTube. But it does work with Mixer. However, you don't need both because Streamlabs did an update a week, 2 ago, where they implement with Mixer as well. Now, theirs is really simple to get into if you want to use it. I'm not going to do anything because it reveals a whole bunch of codes and stuff that you guys could use to screw up my channel, and I don't want that. So if you go to Mixer, this is their home screen. If you go to More, there's all this information here. Okay, and you can use any of it. The community is going to be your best section. The contact support you should do last. Most of the streamers on Mixer are happy to help. Now let's see if we can find I think under the platform we'll be able to get it. So their big thing is OBS FTL. It's a custom OBS version of OBS, which is completely free. And you need to, well, you don't need to use it. You can use regular OBS. However, if you want the near zero latency that Mixer offers, which is one of its biggest features, then you need to use the FTL version. A lot of people say they have problems with it. I've never had problems with OBS FTL in general. Alright, let's see. There's a link here. Actually, might be in the dev lab too, so we'll check that. Okay, so in here, you have create game and things of that nature. This is where the dev lab is where you create the button setup that I have at the bottom of my screen. You guys can click the buttons, have lots of fun with it. That's where this comes in. Getting started, okay? So this is all you will need. This will get you started. Okay? Set up your profile first. It's important. When you set up something on any streaming service or YouTube or anything, I highly suggest you research the name you're going to pick. Caleb, for instance, I know he has John Cena and a series of numbers. There are so many John Cenas, you're never going to get found. Okay. Now, Caleb, I know he specifically set up a new account. I highly recommend pick something that means something to you. Research it, make sure no one out there is using it, and then go and get it on YouTube, get it on Google, get it on Mixer, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram if you're going to use it. Anywhere you might use it, get it there. And even set up its own email account through Google, probably. You know, that's what I did. So if you look up WingsOverEden anywhere, it's simple because I set it up based on that information. I wanted to make sure that, unlike some really popular YouTubers like Matthias, he has his channel. But then when you go to, I think it's Twitter or Instagram, his name's completely different because they weren't set up at the same time, and somebody already had the name when he went and got it. All right, channel settings. Okay, this is information on who you're trying to talk to. Okay, they are very, very strict about if you're going to be cussing and you're going to be drinking or you're playing, 18 and older games, that you label them 18 and older. Okay, so I try to avoid that most of the time, so it's not a big deal. If you come into the FTL article, everything you need, all the links and everything are here. There are settings. This is how to use it viewing wise. But it gives you all the settings right here. You need to set all of these up. And they're really easy to find. They're all in the settings of the OBS. They're all in the setting, any OBS version. But in order to stream to Mixer, it's just easier to get the FTL version because when you go in, there'll be a beam setting. That was the original name of Mixer for you guys that don't know. There'll be a beam option for a streaming service, which doesn't exist in the standard OBS. And that is really it. You do that, and you set up these controls, or these settings, as guidelines for your usage. A lot of it depends on your computer. I like to stream in 1080. It's a standard that I have. It does cause problems sometimes because I have crappy bandwidth through Comcast. So you have to be aware of that and change and set your settings appropriately. If you're using a phone that has a 10 megapixel camera, don't stream in 1080 because it's not going to look good because the camera can't function that way. The camera that I'm talking to you guys on now, which I should have turned on, I'm sorry. Oh no, the window captures at the top is what it is. Okay. There we go. The camera that I'm on now, that I'm talking to you guys visually with, is a crappy little 4K GoPro. But while it'll record in 4K, I think either 60 or 90 FPS so that you can have a slow motion feature, it only streams as a webcam in 720. but I have it small and in the corner, so it looks just fine. So that's information you need to look at. But this article right here, Caleb, this is what you need. And that's it. That's it. Now, I also dual stream to YouTube, and I'm not going to move the camera because it's a pain in the butt, but I have an L-shaped desk, and over here I borrow a friend's laptop, and I watch the stream, my own stream, and then I use a standard version of OBS to stream it up to YouTube. If you're going to try and do something like that, you have to have a good enough bandwidth, upload bandwidth, which gets difficult. I mean, mine is crap. I know people in Germany who only have 25 meg down, which is enough for streaming if you're the only person, like to watch videos and stuff. But we have 5 people in our house that use electronics and a lot of the internet, especially for streaming and school and things like that. So we have 200 down, but we only have 10 up. And you need to leave a buffer, because if you ever max it out, it will guaranteed screw you up. So then I use the second computer to actually watch the stream and restream it via OBS. You can use a service called restream.io. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Okay, so this is Restream's service, and what you do is you take your stream and you send it to Restream, and they will send it to any of these services you want. You can send it to all of them, to 2 of them, whatever. Okay. Now I use YouTube and I use Mixer, and I considered using Twitch, but I've never really liked Twitch. So this is technically YouTube gaming, but as long as you stream to YouTube, people can watch it on YouTube gaming. So I don't know why it's separate. You can even stream it to Facebook, which is a more recent update. The reason I don't use that, because it would make it easier, but the reason I don't use that is because it adds latency to Mixer. And the whole attraction of Mixer is the near zero latency. Okay, my latency, I don't think it's ever been more than 10 or 15 seconds on Mixer. However, on Wednesday's stream, we had 45, 50 seconds of latency on YouTube. So I try to avoid that, so I minimize it. So YouTube, sorry guys, you get an extra 2 seconds of latency from me because it goes up to Mixer and then comes down from Mixer. So you're probably actually getting 4 or 5 seconds. And then goes to YouTube. But at least it doesn't destroy Mixer as well. And YouTube always has latency. People get used to that. So, that being said, we're done talking about that. That's it. It really is that simple. If you have problems, you guys can, just ask questions in the comments. I respond when I can. You can send me a tweet or send me a Facebook post, but you're probably best just to comment on one of the YouTube videos, because I pay the most attention to those. So before Boo left today, I asked her for a suggestion on where we could go in our flight today, and she said we should go from Turkey because we have a friend who's in the Air Force, was stationed in Turkey twice now. And then I said, well, where should we fly to? And she said Singapore because we've been watching Pirates of the Caribbean a lot lately. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly from Turkey to Singapore. And for a minute, I didn't think there was an option for Turkey. Let's put it at 4. So I have it all set up. Where's our free flight? This one. Oh, I had it all set up. Okay, well, we'll just go over. I'm going to do the Malibu Mirage because it has the fastest cruise speed. And we're going to do it in springtime because it says it's ideal weather conditions and won't hinder the performance of the aircraft. So last time I did fair weather, which is summer, and it decreases the performance of the aircraft because it's too warm. The colder the air coming into an engine, well, not necessarily the colder, but cooler air coming into an engine helps increase the performance. All right, so we're going to leave from... Let me try and put a capital T for Turkey. Yeah, see, it's not bringing up anything for Turkey. But if you type in Istanbul, you can get it. All right, and then we want to go to, come on, clickety, to Singapore. Now, I did figure out how to add waypoints. All you have to do is click, and it puts a little dot. You could take it anywhere you want. Obviously, we're not going to do that today. However, when I want to do it, like I wanted to do it on Hawaii, because I want to go over all of the islands when we went from airport to airport. So now I actually know how to do that. And I hope, let me know if there's any graphical issues with the stream. I'm doing Flight Sim World, Dovetail's Flight Sim World in Windows, so it'll stop minimizing when I have to Alt-Tab somewhere else. Alright, so that's it. Again, we're going to try the num5 button feature, which I'm really hoping works. I made the plane blue because, you know, blue is much closer to purple than red. It's not. However, it is closer to indigo. So now we got that all out of the way. Let's fly. I don't know if I might be changing up my streams. I like to keep the Wednesday survival thing and the Friday flight and the Saturday multiplayer and things like that. However, I got the Necromancer DLC for Diablo 3, and Season 11 starts July 20th. That's a little over a week away. 2 weeks? It's 2 weeks away. And I really want to see if I can max it out and get all the cool bonuses. I have a Jade Dragon pet that I'm interested in. Because the only pet I have is this looking golem kind of creature, but he's tiny. Alright. I can't imagine that numlock in that fashion works at all. I assume it has to be this with the numlock key off. So let's find out. Yep, okay, we're gonna go to full screen because it's gonna bug me otherwise. And I didn't turn off the other thing, so that whole so it doesn't minimize thing is gone. So get rid of the starting thing, get rid of the airplane thing, get rid of the FSW image thing. I'm just watching the stream, make sure everything catches up and that the image loads properly. Perfect. Alright, let's go. I'm just trying to get a look around. I've never been to Turkey or Singapore, so please, please, please go straight. Okay, this is a long runway. It's really loud in my headset. You guys need to keep me informed if you cannot hear my voice or the sound of the engine or anything like that. So we're going to be flying over a portion of Saudi Arabia on our way to Singapore. But I actually think we're going to end up mostly over water. We'll see. And this thing really wants to climb. Why are you banking that way? Need to check. Yeah, our heading's a little off still. Working on setting up the aileron trim as well. We're gonna drop it back just so it'll nose down a bit. There we go. That landing gear in there. And I put it in the, I think I put it in the tweet that I sent out. But if you guys have any suggestions on places we could fly, put it in the comment section below the YouTube video. Is this inverted? Airplane is not happy with me. Okay, for some reason, it seems like the pitch is inverted, and quite badly. Okay, I think I got it. It said the pitch was at -0.1, I think, so still not enough, holy crap. And it's causing us to go way off course just trying to fix it. Finally got it to do a big jump. Now we just gotta fix the aileron trim. Yay! Got it. Still messing with the elevator trim to try and get us on a zero climb, zero descent thing. Now I did read into the airplane a little bit, and it turns out that the I'm just gonna mess with the audio a little bit. The engine's really loud again. I thought I'd turn those down to like 5. Oh, did I hit the wrong button? I did. That's okay. I'm good. I'm good. I did. I forget what I was saying, guys. It's been a week, man. It's been a week. bit of lag spike. Any movement in the aircraft should be caused by either the aircraft itself or me. The settings for spring said there was no wind, so that should be a thing. That's what the problem was. It automatically put flaps on for me. That's why we were having so much nose up. Alright, so we got a lot of extra speed out of that. Always make sure your landing gear's up. Always make sure your flaps are at the correct settings. Alright, can I right click in here? I can. We're almost back on track. Oh no, that is not what I meant. So last week I actually had air traffic control up, and that's what I'm trying to do again this week, and I don't know how to do it. Okay, I'm going to pause the simulation real quick so that I can look it up. Because I really do need that. It's so much more helpful and keeps me on track. FSW, air traffic control window. Full screen menus, air traffic control, accent or scroll lock. Okay, let's try that. There it is. Why can't we hear it? This bank is just to get us on the right heading, guys. Now what? Voices on max. Earphones, earphones. Engines, cockpit. Did I maybe turn down the cockpit by accident? Said the engines last time. Environment, voice, music. Everything looks right. Grr. Alright. I didn't check. And so if any of you guys noticed, let me know. Contact 4 miles south of Samandira. 700. What's that do? Oh, okay, so what's this do? What's this do? I don't know. Apparently it doesn't do anything, guys. Nothing at all. Alright, so I got one too many ticks. Trying to get the aileron trim just perfect. I just hit M, will it bring up the map? No. Looks like the trim might be on. Piper, TCRIN. Okay. I have to read it myself. I don't like that. As we might have finally got the controls to reset. Oop, too much, too much. There's a dead zone, and then it's kind of pretty sensitive. Can we see out the back? Barely. There are benefits to oh, why are we turning suddenly? Was that because of me looking around? Okay, so we didn't have it perfect. It's still one left or one right. I had it one left. It started constantly turning left to put us off our heading now. Excuse me. Ugh. But we'll just have to monitor that. That's all. We'll be good. So I'm always looking for new suggestions on places. I especially like places people have visited that they can give me feedback on to tell me how good or how poorly a job the developers are currently doing on fleshing out those areas. Now, obviously, they're paying more attention to bigger tourist attraction cities like New York or Paris or London, but even smaller ones can still have a big impact. And that allows me to give feedback to the developers, and you guys can do the same thing. You can go on Dovetail's website, you can give them feedback, say, look, I was watching Wings fly over this area, you missed some really key buildings, or this looks phenomenal, great job. Even if, like Pittsburgh, every, I don't know, decade or so, the baseball stadium is sponsored by a new company. It was PNC Park for the longest time. I think it's Highmark now. So those types of things, you can let them know so they can update that information. I don't know why we suddenly went real nose up again, but I'm working on correcting that. The ceiling for this aircraft is only 25,000 feet, so we can't actually get high enough to fly like really cool paths. Hopefully soon they'll implement a jet into the game, which will of course make these multi-hour flights into significantly shorter ones, but I'm still looking forward to it. Acknowledge handoff. I got that news. Why didn't I? Whoa, what the heck? Now we dive and turn hard. That's a thing we do for no reason. I don't have any false failures or warnings on, so drop the ice off on problem. Ice really shouldn't be an issue for us. pitot heat is off or inoperable. Okay, I want to fix that. I want to fix it. I'm gonna get good at this game eventually. Okay, it's Shift H for the pitot heat, and then let's go ice. Voice start transmit, stop transmit, start transmit all, shift caps lock. Okay, so said it was Shift H for the pitot heat. Let's give that a go. Okay, that's one error done. Prop D ice. FSX prop D ice control. Alright, let's just look for de-ice. It was only mentioned 11 times in the title of every single one. No, I don't know. Smuggle, somebody help me. Turn on prop de-ice. Okay, well, according to this, I just need to kind of look for it. There are so many buttons, and we don't have a clear view of the panel because I have distance on top of distance, unfortunately. Alright, let's get back on track. Every time I pause, it apparently causes problems with the physics in the game. I know nothing. Great! Come on, Smuggle, I need more help than that. I don't know anything either. And it begins. Alright, realistically, battery switch, fuel pump, engines, alternators, taxi lights, navigation lights, rotating beacon. Why are we banking out of control again? Seriously, guys. All I'm doing is looking to the right. This does not trigger anything when I do that. Alright, so those are all the main electrical switches. So what I'm looking for has to be here somewhere. Okay, those are all fuses. Also fuses. That's the radio. I guess it could be up here, but I thought Audible. It's all radio stuff. Hopefully it'll I think I figured out why we can't hear anything, but I can't figure out how to get it off. Oh, okay. Okay, that's the co-pilot volume. They're both maxed out. That's not going to help us a whole lot. Alright. I had to turn for a while to get back on track, but I went too far. We're going to do a sharper turn. Whoosh. Give everyone in the cockpit a little scare. Well, everyone in the plane. Guys flying the planes are fine. They're like, ha ha ha. Contact Istanbul Center. Landing gear. Nope, that's not it. Nope. We're at negative 29% on our elevator trim. Okay. Our climb is pretty much stable. My ability to fly an airplane straight is clearly still an issue. Emergency gear deployment. There's more fuses. Yeah, that's his radio fuses. Help me, help me. What are those buttons? That's a something down there. Automatic yaw control. Really? Kind of like automatic yaw control idea. Ooh, we're going off again. Holy cow, we like just shifted like big time. A few little bumps is all it took. Elevator trim on. What's this one? What's this one? Oh, okay, so this autopilot off. I guess I could try the autopilot. If it's that simple, if it's as simple as programming it where you want to go, like I do at the beginning, sort of. You know, it's not real programming the way they have you learn to do it, but still. I want to see what it does. Okay, the hold heading is off. Nav hold off, approach hold off. Back course. Altitude. What is our altitude? Our altitude is like... Cabin altitude. Okay, well, now it's mad at me because we're too high. We'll drop down a little bit. Nope, nope, don't climb back up. Don't climb back up. Hyper DF5PA, Istanbul Center. Roger. Is it because we're above 12,000? I think it's because we're above 12,000 feet, guys, and apparently the plane doesn't have supplementary oxygen. Getting a little high on speed, but hey, it said the cruise speed was 219. That's clearly not true. Yeah, I see the overspeed warning. Yeah, well, we're well below 12,000 at this point, but it still doesn't like it. Down we go. Come on. Go down, go down. Where's my chapstick today? It's a little shaky. Well, we're nose down a little too much there. Okay, I'm not sure why it's giving us the cabin altitude. At this altitude, we should be fine. Or am I at 18,000? There's no way. Am I? I could just point at it if I wasn't stupid. Oh, I'm at 8,000 feet. That should be absolutely fine. Whoa, 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 what is going on here? Don't want you to climb. I want you to stay on this level. Okay, it finally updated. But suddenly the aileron trim is like gone to complete crap all of a sudden. Okay, I think we got it back. let up on it a little bit. Okay, I turned on the maintain altitude. We're gonna let that go and see how it manages the altitude for us. Alright, I think I got the aileron trim back to where we were before, guys. This is so frustrating. I bet those are those buttons I was looking for. Windshield heater low. Okay, now we're currently descending. Okay, so I'm going to set it to 9,000 feet. So, I figured out how to use part of the autopilot, guys. This is cool for me. It's cool for me. Okay, that's windshield heat, ice lights. Oh, what did that one say? Air conditioning, lower, lower. Cabin heat, defroster, heater off. I turned it on. Stall warning heater, prop heater. There we go. Okay, because I used the Control H function, I think it was. Oh, I don't know what I just did. I didn't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Alright, so heading on. No. I need to set up the heading first. Am I at currently? Like, see how that does. Technically it needs to be at like 91. Alright, I'm learning how to use autopilot. I like it. It's taking time. And I mean, I did have a very basic understanding of how autopilots function via like the heading bug over here. Normally the compass and the heading bug are combined on smaller aircraft, and you change the heading bug for the autopilot. Let's go 100. Till we get lined back up. This is so much easier. And we found the pitot heat buttons and crap. This is interesting. Maybe it's because of the clouds. There's some turbulence apparently. It's having a lot of trouble. At 120, this thing should be banking a lot more. Negating all of my input. That's hilarious. Oh, the heading was on hold. I'm stupid. So I set it up to like 100. Those mountains are cool. Yay! Oh no, too much, too much. Always too much. Gosh darn it. Okay, it automatically banked. "36 miles southwest of Erdemir. Request flight following." I wonder if I can change my call sign for the simulator, because that would be cool. Alright, I want to see where we're at, because I didn't know. I think it should pop up. No, I have to go back. No, I don't really. Flight planner, that's it. Holy cow, we haven't made it anywhere. I did not realize that. How long was the flight? Holy cow! Estimated flight time is 22 hours, guys. Oh, we're so gonna kick her butt. 22 hours. If I can maintain the autopilot. If I can maintain the autopilot. And stream every Friday. It would take me 8 weeks to complete this flight. That's nuts! We can't do this for 8 weeks. One flight? Holy smokes. Okay. Okay, so when you're using the heading, when you have the heading enabled, the knob controls the heading, but I don't see a readout for it. Walk 0453. I wonder what the lowest altitude we could deal with is. So that we can get some good views of the ground. Let's try 7,000. And bike it in 8 weeks. What? Did you Google that? Oh no, you're just saying you could get there. Look. Yeah, I don't know. Fair enough. I can't figure out why the air traffic control isn't working. Okay. Did you throw that into Google and look it up? Because you know there are ocean ways, waterways in the way, right? Where are we? Oh, that's cool looking. I'm gonna have to check my fuel, guys. There's no way we make it there. In this tiny freaking plane, if it's a 22-hour flight, 24, whatever it was. That's an interesting view. Okay, that's our tachometer. Fuel flow, 31 gallons per hour. Oil pressure, cylinder head temperature. Okay, we have used 27% of our fuel. 17% of our fuel already. That's nuts. Can I borrow one of you guys in there? I know you're watching a movie, but could you pause it? I need someone to look something up for me. Like, pub quiz for a weekend flight. I can barely hear you, so you're gonna have to come out here. I need someone to Google map from the Istanbul airport to the Singapore airport and see how long it would take to get there on a bicycle. On a bicycle. Istanbul to Singapore. I got my people working on it. We're gonna find out. At least Luna and Pokey are looking it up currently. It's not an option, so it would take you longer than 8 weeks. Is there a how long would it take you to drive or ferry or whatever else you have to do? Actually, how long does it say it would take to fly there? Because that would be a commercial jet airliner. Ooh, okay, 7,000 feet is suddenly not very high. Oh, but the view is awesome. Alright, I want to find out where we are. Flight planner. We are... Nope. No, we're there. We are so far off of our target. Like, not even headed the right way. It looks like we're headed the right way on the indicator, though, so why the heck are we going this way? Okay, in a commercial jet, it takes 10 and a half hours. 10 and a half hours. Boo, you're fired. Wow. The thing is, it looks like we're on the right heading, but it looks like we're completely off before. I'm going to assume that the map does not account for Earth's rotation, and that's why our heading is different in the actual simulator. We're gonna follow the heading. Thank you guys for looking that up. You can't walk. You can't ferry, apparently. You certainly can't bike it in 8 weeks, so... Oh no, I did a thing, and now my air traffic control is gone. I don't remember how to get that back up here. Oh, views. Air traffic control, right there. View mode. Okay, that's great and all, but air traffic control isn't actually there. So, that button. Yeah, there we go, it's on. Oh, I can make it huge. Okay, well, I don't want to make it huge. I think I want to keep it as small as possible. Oh yeah, and I meant to, change the altitude before we ran into that mountain in front of us. I'm going to set it for 10,000 feet. Whoosh! Oh, I love it. And the interior of this plane, this looks fantastic. Be cool if they had the table out and stuff. 10,000 feet may not do it. Yeah. Or we may not get there in time. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the altitude setting and get us up to 10,000 feet a little faster. I really don't want to crash into a mountain, even if it is on a 24-hour flight. I stand corrected. Okay, it looks like we could probably handle 9,000 feet, assuming that mountain over there isn't bigger. So I will adjust, turn that back on, and we will adjust it down to 9,000. I want more than just a couple hundred feet between us and the ground. Wow, those look like rich people houses to me. Houses out in the country, really big. Get that house. Oh, nope. This is the view I wanted. That's an interesting view. I mean, yeah, I'm adjusting the heading a little bit just so I want to try and get it on the flight plan, on the flight path rather. This has a nav hold, which I believe... Of course, we don't want to go back. I could change the vertical speed. There we go, we're at 9,000 feet. Seems to be enough. As we fly over some really cool looking mountains. Minimize that. I wonder if it'll pop up or flash or something when I'm contacted again. So I think for now on what I'll do is I'll take the suggestions on where to fly from. I will map that and then I will plot it. I want to stick to 2-3 hour flights that we can actually complete. Well, probably 2 and 2.5 within the span of the stream. So maybe next time we'll actually just fly out of Singapore, maybe even just fly back to it or something. If there isn't an airplane or another airport close enough. I'm not wearing my seatbelt. Can I click on that and put it on? No. That'd be funny. I would find that humorous. Hey guys, I learned how to use the autopilot. Instruments. Trying to see what the heading ought to be. Definitely don't want to turn it off. Swap nav frequencies. OBS, yay! They use OBS too. Alright, well that didn't work. Always like sitting higher. See more. They have the auto prop and everything else too. What's this one? I don't know what this is. It looks weird. I can't move it. Oh wait, did I have it? Oh, it's a position indicator. Okay. That's cool. Maybe I should just fly the, looks so good. I know. I really like those mountains we flew over too. Takura. With an autopilot, I can actually let it fly when I take my brakes now, which I was supposed to do 15 minutes ago. But I've been struggling and learning with this aircraft ever since we left, so... And the latency super low because Boo had a brilliant idea. Last night she sent me out. We rented 2 movies on Redbox. I gave those to the other 3 people in the house. They're in there watching movies. No bandwidth usage. Yay! Which means YouTube, you get a decent stream. Actually, it means better things for all of us. If you guys noticed, I have not had any real lag issues. That popped up with something, didn't it? Yeah, it did. I missed it at first, but I just saw it. If it was talking, obviously, that would help. Man, our heading is so far off. What is it doing now? Anyway, so wasn't you trying to get radio going? Yes, but I don't. That could just be a glitch in the headset. I'm gonna try. Let me try and get this thing back on track a little bit because the navigation's so far off. I thought I was so good, I had it down, but no. And there should be indicators here that give me the actual directional heading that we need, but I can't figure out which numbers are which. I can't get an exact number when I look here, so. What view did we have that made it easier to see everything? This one? Okay, that one. Since I don't really have any fear of, you know, crashing, I think we'll be okay. So let's do range decrease. No, 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 I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. So I'm not familiar with how the nav hold actually works. Still says it's going to affect the heading. don't know. Yeah, no lag anywhere. Yeah, I'm sorry. I brought it up like 3 times already, and then I got distracted over and over and over again. So the thing was, I was using some recommended software. Because I have an older system, I was looking for tune-up things and things like that, and a couple of people recommended IOBit. And I took it off on Tuesday, and I didn't notice any real issues playing Subnautica on Wednesday. No real lag there. Turned it the wrong way, started talking, got confused. Which way? This way. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And usually in this game we have a lot of problems, and IOBit was doing something periodically, apparently, that would suck up a lot of my CPU power, and then OBS needed that CPU power, so it would retch it open away from everything else, which would cause the game to start to lag, and we get those big frickin' lag spikes. So that appears to be what was causing the problem, and I uninstalled all of them. I took out, there's a bunch of IOBit options, and I just took all of them out. So if any of you guys are using IOBit and you're experiencing any lagging in your games and stuff, the problem that I have with the software is that if I hadn't been streaming, I never would have known. The annoying pop-ups came up on occasion, yes, but that was it. Other than that, when I would play any game offline while not using the extra processing power from my computer to handle streaming, it seemed just fine. But it definitely, if you're a streamer or a heavy graphics gamer, or if you actually have work you do on your system, I highly recommend getting rid of it. There are plenty of other softwares out there that do similar or the same thing. I use Avast antivirus, and I know for a fact they have a booster, although I don't use it. So I use Razer Cortex. I love the Razer company, even though at this point I don't think I use any of their hardware. Although hopefully when I finally get a good microphone, I'm going to get the Razer Siren. Those of you who are looking for microphones, you know, everyone's got Blue Yetis and Blue Snowballs and things like that. I highly recommend looking at the Razer Siren as well. They're similarly priced, and the build quality of the Siren seems better. It's an all aluminum housing. It's got a few features here and there that the Blues don't have that are really nice. I don't recommend the Razer Siren Pro. The Pro has an XLR port. If you don't know what that is, then you don't need it. An XLR port, oh crap, my other monitor shut off. An XLR port is for recording studio sound. There we go. It's for recording studio quality, so music and things like that. But even that, it's not the best design for one, because it has a Y cable that you have to use in order to get that studio and surround quality from the Razer Siren Pro. You have to have a 2-to-1 XLR cable, which they give you, but that means you have to have two inputs, literally a left and a right. And there are some much less expensive, just as high or better quality microphones for stuff like that. Luna uses audio box equipment. Her microphone is phenomenal. But it's an open studio mic meant for recording instruments and voice together at the same time, things like that, so it picks up everything. Not really good for streaming, because I need more of a omnidirectional with a heavy noise cancellation, or a unidirectional one kind of thing. Ooh, what just happened there? Let's get out of this view, because we are getting into something. Oh, more clouds. Okay. We're in some clouds. That's okay. We're gonna stay up here. I could try turning the autopilot off, but I just got that heading where I thought it was decent. Plus, I don't think I'm gonna be able to manage the turbulence any better. Alright, so radio, right? Nearest tower, outside cockpit, right. Instruments, avionics, overhead panel, engine controls. Okay, I see. Yeah, so we want the avionics for sure. That's our frequency. I don't want to mess with that. Oh, hey, the navigation's over here too. Alright, well, I'm not going to turn this on, and I'll actually turn off the nav, and we'll just use the heading altitude thing that we got going on here. Oh, okay, so it'll still let me look pretty much anywhere I want. That's good. So my problem is finding my actual radio, which I'm assuming is down here. Oh, the GNS 430. I think that's also part of the Navigation system. Amp system volts. Alternator. Don't know what those are. Oh, that was the gear thing. What is that? Fuel selector right. But it said it was pulling from both tanks. Why is it? Left. Oh crap. Oh, that's nice. I don't have a yoke anymore. How lovely is that? What the heck? I clicked on the yoke, I think, by accident, and it like turned it off. Like to get it out of the way, I guess? I don't know. Alright, so apparently it was on both. It just didn't say that. Wow. We're gonna crash for sure today, guys. Let me get a view of the outside because we can't actually stare at this the whole time. Oh, it's still affecting altitude. Alright, well I thought I changed this. Okay, I changed it to take us back down to 7,000. I want to see if we can get a really good view of the area. I mean, the distance looks awesome, but every time we go in the clouds we have an issue. I thought I would be able to adjust the vertical speed, but I can't. I haven't looked at this in forever. Approach. Why would we? I mean, I know we're going to need to stop for fuel, but we're not that low. I have a love-hate relationship with the fact that my yoke has disappeared. Like, seriously, can I adjust that? I don't hear anything. We're in the clouds, descending to 7,000 feet over some potentially hazardous ground. Okay, it looks like we're fine. There are some mountains and hills. That up there looks almost like desert. Where are we? How do I do that right? This is both hilarious and depressing to me that I should have checked. I'm sorry. I wanted Boo to pick where we went. And oh my gosh, what a flight. I have no idea. Does anyone see anything indicating the actual radio? Okay, all of those work. That's cool. More clouds. Still descending. Going way the heck off course. Okay, it let me give it input. What happened? Oh, the heading got shut off. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to have to fix that, aren't we? So, something I pushed over here they didn't like. Transponder, timer. Okay, let's see if we can get this somewhat back on track, even with the even with the autopilot. Oh man, I suck, guys. Need to be hitting those buttons when I screw up that bad. Still nothing. Okay, so apparently that's a radar system. 119.1. Which I would love to do that if I knew how. Is it something that simple, do you think? You guys think it's something so simple it's just a matter of like I turned the radio off? The thing is, obviously, the radio should be in this console somewhere. This is all engine stuff. None of this pertains to radio. These might. This is just a display. Heading and altitude setting are activated on the autopilot. This, I have no idea. Data entry, barometric, altitude input. So I may actually... That got reset, did it? We need to, no, not that, not that. Turn that off, turn that off. Need to get this back up to 7,000. So that over there was also navigation stuff. Make sure we're not gonna die. This is much more flat, so might drop down to like 5,000. See how that goes. Oh, there's a... Lovely. So there must be an inner and outer knob that I wasn't seeing. There we go, 5,000. Yeah, we're currently at 7,300. Why are we climbing? Shouldn't be climbing. Did we lose something? A lot of wobble going on. Okay, there's no way we're climbing. Okay, it's nosing down. There we go. Alright, I don't know what happened with the system, because obviously I'm not very good at this. I'm 90% sure this is our radio, but I can't seem to figure out how it works. But radios normally have a simple either up and down lever like this for tuning the radio, or okay, I see what that does. Heading. Okay, we're close on it there. There were no nearest airports. And 12780. That's the power switch. Swap frequencies. Direct to I don't know what it was on before I started touching stuff, man. Got to drop out for 5 minutes, be right back. No problem, Smuggle, you do what you gotta do. Oh, now that's cool. I like that. Alright, PA-46 Malibu. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to set up oops. Hopefully, but no. Gosh, darn it. They did a good job. This is the interior, well, you guys can't see it. I'm looking at the interior picture of a real PA-46 Malibu. And it looks almost identical. Is there a way to do this? Can't hear it here. Radio. Okay, I'm back. Awesome. Welcome back. I'm trying to Google what the heck? Air traffic control voices, Misty Mornings for okay. I checked in all my sound options, blase blase blah. A silly question, but are your traffic sliders off? Do you have planes flying around? Huh? And all the calls, but I don't hear any. See? That's what I ever press a number, say like number 5 to announce taxi runway. I don't hear ATC or pilot's voices, but my sound in general goes lower. I have the sound sliders way past half. As far at engines, environment, etc. Pilot voice selected under sounds. AI traffic. Sliders at 100%. Mine seems to be working, although I expected a lot more traffic. Sliders maxed out. The only ones I press I can't hear. Go figure. Check and make sure you have FSX Sound ACT folder intact. We already know it was working last week. Okay, so this guy said that he took his, and in the settings, he just changed. Show ATC window, use pilot voice. Audio. Now they said they changed stuff. Maybe if we just change it back? I'll put everything minimum at 5. Put the cockpit at 10. Although, I'm not sure about that. I don't think the music will matter. Yeah, it's only menu music. So it's a lot noisier in here now. And I still can't hear it. It doesn't actually give me a list. We made it down to 5,000? Not quite, we're getting there. Alright, so I'm definitely going to readjust that because that is super loud in my head and I don't know how it's affecting the stream. I just want to turn that down because holy cow. Engines. Cockpit, I put it. I have voice maxed out, and that should be the important thing as far as hearing them goes. I don't have any of that crap issues. Realism. Crashes, yes. Aircraft collisions, yes. No, no. Stress damages engines. Unlimited fuel is on. Okay, that's weird. Or is it turned off because it's highlighted? Whatever. Continue. I want to make some progress. It's not completely flat around here, so I don't want to go too low, but, you know, the lower you go, the better the view. This is really weird. It's like arid desert area. Big, huge splotches of green. Oh, we're having more issues? We're having issues with. Okay, well, that's working. Okay, so what I was looking at online when I did look it up is that the radio is actually here. Now it's turned on. I don't know if that'll make any actual difference for us. That's the master radio switch anyway. What's this one? Round clear. I don't know what the heck that even means. Oh! Okay, so... I don't know, I can't get rid of them now, but hey, I got my controls back. I don't even know how I got rid of them in the first place. Alright, so the radio's on, but I don't see any visual change in anything. And I still don't see tuning knobs and things of that nature. Hey guys. Guys. Are all three of you in there? Oh. If you want, there's a second movie, Space Between Us. It's actually kind of cool. If you're interested. Huh? Oh, okay. Request flight following. Okay. Well, the radio's on, but we don't hear nobody still. Let's try. Oh, doom. 128.65. Now, it's here. It's right there. It just changed automatically for us. Swap frequencies, power switch, nav frequencies, volume switch. The volume switch literally just goes up and down though. Acknowledge radar contact. So I thought maybe one of these. Okay, no, that one changes the radio frequency. In certain increments. That one says GPS. Okay, well that's something. I'm guessing you use the same other controls on the same thing to change the volume. But I don't know what those buttons would be. Papa Diggy, you for giving me the best day of my life. Welcome to Eden. Thank you so much for the follow. I can't believe any of you guys are still here with as bad as the stream has been going. What do you know about flight sims? I'm desperately trying to figure out how to get the volume. We don't have any air traffic control. Fuel imbalance. Oh crap. How bad is it? 54, 74. Crap. It wasn't on both and that irritated me. Alright, let's go back to the avionics view. I think it's easier to see from there. That's going to take a bit to get rid of. So now we're only drawing from one tank and it's incredibly imbalanced, but it was set to right. It wasn't actually set to both. It was set to right and to left, and I don't know when I put it over in the... Can I... Okay, that's how we get rid of those. Alright. Let me look at the pilot view just to make sure, you know, we're not crashing, because I took us down pretty low. Nice. Well, thank you very much. Alright, instruments. Yeah, that just says off, left, and right. I need a both option. But I'm going to have to wait until this one drops enough. I mean, we got a long ways to go, so I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to keep going, you know, until I forget about it. That'll be a thing. So, wow, Sarah, thank you so much. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome when you're living a dream. Good morning, Sarah. Thank you so much for the host. You know you're awesome, but thank you anyway. How are you doing today? Were you streaming, or are you getting up to stream? supposed to be flying from Turkey to Singapore, because that was Boo's suggestion this morning. I wasn't smart enough to look at it after I put it in. It's a 20. You were streaming. Golf with Friends? Jackbox? Fallout? No, you... Harlow hits. Thanks, Harlow. For giving me the best day of my life. Thank you, Baker Sloth. For giving me the best day of my life. Thank you both so very much. You guys are all awesome. Hey, and the little indicator even worked. Yay! I'm so glad. And there's one for Baker Sloth. I've had a lot of trouble getting those stupid things to work lately. This one. Boop. There we go. So we are on this insanely long trip from Turkey to Singapore, and so I'm basically taking the time to fiddle with the airplane. Now we're having trouble with air traffic control. We can't hear it. All the cues come up in the corner, but we can't actually hear it like we were last week. Everything seems to be tuned right, so I don't know if it's a volume issue or if there's just a glitch or what. But we're also learning how to use the autopilot. We've gotten somewhat decent at it so far. It's not perfect, but we're getting there. Come on, get on the heading. We'll call that good. So how is everybody today? We're flying super low. The ground's coming up to meet us currently. So we may have to increase our altitude again. In fact, I'll just do that now so we don't have to worry about it. Because the climb and everything is good, awesome. Big Slot, you come over from Sarah's channel, or were you just here? It's hard to tell because it only shows me, like when I tap on the app, I can see it says 5 people are watching. Now I know there's more than 5 because I have a stats thing for Mixer that tells me how many people are watching, and analytics. But on Mixer and on YouTube, actually, it only tells you the number of verified users who are playing. Yeah, it came over. Good job. Sarah's awesome. What was Sarah playing today? Sorry, PC froze and restarted. No problem. Sarah, what were you playing today? For you guys who haven't seen Sarah's channel, you should definitely go check her out. Sarah Foster 633. Especially if you like modded stuff. Oh wait, are you still playing Final Fantasy? That was the last thing I saw you playing, other than, you know, Golf with Friends and Jackbox. We're gonna shake a lot. Let's go up to 7. Sonic All-Star Racing. Hey, I have that, I think. Is that the one where the cars turn into boats and into planes? Oh, we got a little bit of lag splash. Yeah, okay. It's like Mario Kart Online. Yeah, I have no idea why the settings thing's up there, guys, and I can't get rid of it. I don't know how. Apparently there are 2 versions. Oh no, it's panel views is what it was. Oh, I guess we could have just 8 times the speed. Whoa, that's crazy looking. That's like some creepy stuff, guys. Holy cow!
Wizard.
Poor Sarah. You're really bad? I mean, I've had problems with mine, but I'm not like really bad. I'm just not good. Alright, where are you? You're hiding in there. Smuggle! Why didn't you think of that, Smuggle? Why didn't you say speed up the simulator? We could have made it so much farther. So we're like 8 times speed. So right, so we're traveling. Let me do some math. Oh no, what happened to YouTube? It's working just fine. My phone's being stupid. Let's So we're traveling now at 1500. Oh no, my computer can't handle it. Oh, we got lag. Okay, I gotta turn that down. Simulation rate. Let's try going down to 4 and see if it can handle it. I want 8-week pub quiz. Come on. Whoa. Alright, we may have just crashed it. It was probably too much for my system to handle. Okay, just went into pause. Alright, alright. Let's just hit continue. Options. Go with 4 times speed. Just a heads up, we were going 1500 kilometers, or knots, 1500 miles an hour basically. Nautical miles per hour, of course. Phew, I thought it was me. No. Baker, it wasn't you. Let's tune. No tuning. Even 4 speed, it's too much for my poor system. Oh, or I'm just stupid and it's still in the menu, and that's why I couldn't do it. Yeah, we should be able to hear this, and we're not getting it. And it's really bothering me. 27.3, auto updated. That's me right there. Okay, we're good. Everything's back to normal. But yeah, I asked Boo for a suggestion. The flight suggestion she gave us ended with us taking a 21.5-hour flight, I think it was. And that's where the 8-week joke came in. I did the math to figure it out. I was like, it's going to take us like 7-8 weeks to finish. Oh, crap. Lots of turbulence. Can the simulator handle it? As long as we don't get screwed in the simulator. Okay, we should be alright. We should be alright. I upped us 10,000 feet, but Sheriff Foster, you're adorable sometimes. Well, I'm off to bed. Have a good stream. Sarah, thank you so much. Enjoy your rest. And send me a message or tweet or something. I have to be following you. I didn't get a notification. It always pops up. It's really annoying when everybody I follow on Mixer pops up, but at least I get the notification. And I will make sure that I host you. Are you streaming tomorrow? Because I am, but I'll host you anyway. Well, I can at least. And then I'm going to bribe you for some of your buttons, just all of them. Especially the trains. I like the trains. Have a good night. Night, Sarah, though it's probably morning because you never sleep. Play Sonic sometime. Only if it's on console. I think I have it on console. But hey, there's always golf with friends. and Jackbox, if you're into that kind of thing. Willie McLean, thank you. Giving me the best day of my life. Just checking to make sure we're actually on target here with our heading. Adjust a bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna call that one good. Cabin altitude, we should not be having a problem at 10,000 feet. Oh, so apparently we can't even go above 10,000 feet in this. But why? I can't go down. There are going to be mountains and stuff. We're going to crash, especially at 4x speed, which would be pretty epic. So now we're going twice as fast as most commercial jetliners. Gotcha. So if any of you guys that are watching... Oh yeah, I forgot to turn off the dome lights. Bloop. Know what is causing a flight simulator to not display the audio into my headset, by all means, please let me know. I don't know about everybody, but you guys on YouTube, my app on my phone keeps crashing on me. That's not an issue I normally have, but keep that in mind. It's a thing that's going on right now for me. If it's causing too many problems, jump over the Mixer. You guys on Mixer, if you want to get notifications when I stream, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, then you can hop over on YouTube if you want to ding the little bell icon so you get your notifications. You can also... Oh, we got major lag again. Where's my mouse? Come on, you can do it. Okay, we're going down to double speed now, because before we couldn't handle 8 times, now we can't handle 4 times. Is it working again? I think, maybe, who knows? Let me put it back on normal, because we weren't having any problems before when I did that. I'm going to Alt-Tab into... Not that. Okay, it looks like it's back to normal. Alright, let's get back into full screen. No, really, go back to full screen. Anyway, if you guys on YouTube are having any problems, you want to come over to the Mixer, you guys can also... That's better. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback. It helps a lot. You guys can come over to the Mixer if you're experiencing lag. Alright, we still have the fuel imbalance. Has that gone away at all? Oh no, we just made it worse. Not worse, but opposite. Okay, so go away controls. So apparently there's a both tanks setting, but it's not here. I have the option of off, left, and right, but when we started, we didn't have this problem. We didn't have it until I hit it. Alright, I'm going to head off. Thank you, Baker Slaw. Nice chill stream you have here. Nice meeting you as well. Take care. Thank you. This is about the chillest stream I have. It's nice and relaxing. The other ones, yeah, not so much. But have a great day. Thanks for the follow. And we'll see you later. Alright, because it's going to bug me if I don't, we're going to go ahead and take us down to 9,000 so that the stupid thing will stop yelling at me. Okay, the fuel imbalance already went away. 53 and 37. Now, we're also supposed to have infinite fuel. So I don't know if it will just... if it'll actually run out, because it doesn't seem infinite fuel's working. I assume the fuel levels wouldn't change. We wouldn't have to deal with the imbalance. Or maybe it'll just keep going when it's out of... when both tanks are empty. I don't know. How to turn those on and off is new to us too. Battery isolation switch. That was the defroster I don't have to worry about. Yeah, I also learned how to turn on and off a bunch of tools here, so that we, well actually over here, so that we get rid of all of our warnings. It didn't quite look like this, but it was close. So the short of this stream though is that we're not going to get where we're going. I had to put it back down on normal so that it was working right. What the heck are you downloading? Facebook, you don't need to update right now. Golly. Oh, I didn't turn the controls back up. Bloop. There we go. Now we can see them again. Are we down at 9,000 already? No, but we're close. Oh, those look awesome. That looks so cool. Yeah, and I found this dome light too. Bloop. I guess maybe I can turn... no, I can't. Okay. So we figured out some of the autopilot today, mainly the simple bits like heading and altitude. There's some other stuff you can do. I'm turned on the terrain on the map just because I like it, although the black is easier to see. Was it this one? Yeah, that one. So this is the standard view on the navigation screen. The terrain was cool though. Oh, maybe I can actually get an airput list here. Or not. That's back. Maybe I have to hit this one. Nope. Okay. So I figured out how to tune the radio and stuff, but I still haven't figured out how to turn up the volume, which is the only thing I could think of that's causing the current issue we have. Last week we got pretty good ping. What's the ping for? Last week we were figuring out how to trim the airplane to get it close to what we wanted to. And we were getting better, but there was a lot of sway because the airplane won't fly straight. None of them do. They all turn left. You're supposed to be able to reset the controls before takeoff, which I tried. It doesn't seem to work. So I have to use the aileron trim to fix it. So we got the aileron trim as close as we could, and then we turned on the autopilot today. And it's holding the altitude easily. Like, oh, the ping. Did you hit the button? Because I didn't hear it. I want to make sure it's working. Log in to interact. I am logged in. What are you talking about? What's that do? Oh, no, 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 no. That's not what I want. What's this do? See if I can do that. There we go. I don't know. I am logged in, so I don't know what to say about that. Where'd my chat go? There we go.
Hello,
hello. Hello.
So very good to meet you.
Very good to meet you too, sir. Or madam. Sorry, I assumed. Just a funny phrase. Don't hate me. Alright, so we're at 49 and 37. So apparently you can set the cabin pressure, and I think that's what the issue was when the cabin. I don't know if it actually said cabin pressure. But we did have a problem. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go up to 10,000 so that we force that light back on. And then I'm going to fiddle with the cabin pressure goal, which is set to a really weird 28,497 feet. That's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And then we can mess with the cabin pressurization rate, it seems. So we'll have to see what that's all about too. Plus, it looks like we're going to need the height. Now this thing can fly at 25,000 feet, it said. So let's set it for 20,000. Can't see if it's exactly 20,000 or not. Yep, okay, we're good, we're good. This should be coming on any moment once this hits over 10,000. Yes, I know you updated stuff and you shouldn't have because I'm streaming. Like, when my phone is watching something, you should not be taking over part of its Wi-Fi bandwidth to update freaking apps. Okay, so good news, I think we might actually be on the proper heading. I keep looking at it, and we haven't had to change it near as often. We seem to actually be on the correct flight path. So unless I screwed something up in the process, we should be great. But when I looked at it before on the map, on the flight plan, we weren't anywhere on course here. Yeah, we are over here. And I know curve of the Earth and rotation and stuff, but I also know that the Earth rotates sort of, well, actually, if the Earth rotates west to east, is that accurate? Smuggle, do you know? Does the Earth rotate west to east? Rises in the east, sets in the west. Is this available on Xbox One? I doubt it. I haven't looked. I don't think Xbox has a Steam library. This is through Dovetail Games. I got it on Steam. It's based off of Flight Simulator 10. Since Microsoft sold the rights to Steam to continue and update FSX, I doubt that they have it available on Xbox One. But I haven't checked. Also, this is an early release. As you can see, these are the airports right here on the map that they have available. But this is an early release, so it's not even fully complete yet. And the big difference between FSW, Flight Sim World, and FSX, Microsoft Flight Simulator 10, is that in Flight Sim World they are adding three-dimensional view of the world, rather than only having elevation and 2D prints. Satellite prints, which I absolutely love. But for the most part, like a lot of FSX controls and X-Plane 10 are all the same. And the same is true of most flight simulators. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You can check if it's available on Xbox One. If you find out, you know, throw it in the chat. Let everyone else know too. Not a clue. I know my left from my right. This is my left, but it's on your right because of the camera. Okay, cabin altitude. We have the error message. So I told it to go to 20,000. What if I change the cabin pressure goal to 20,000? This is telling me the rate, but I can't actually seem to affect the rate. Nothing I do seems to make any difference. Oh, there we go, there we go. It's changing now. Okay, so there's a min-max kind of thing. And it's a good thing I set it the way I did. Alright, so we're going to turn off their altitude hold. Because, as always, this thing does not climb at a safe rate for avoiding mountains. Okay. Yeah, just let me know. And if you don't, I will try and remember, and I will check after the stream, put it in next Fridays. That looks about 12.5 to me. And hopefully, I really hope, and I hope they do it soon, they put in a jet aircraft. That way we can do these longer ones in a realistic time frame. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing a 21-hour stream for the flights. It's never going to happen with me. Alright, so we're almost at 15 or 14,000. Wow, the difference. Is that the moon over there? That is awesome. Look at that. Either that or a Death Star approaches. Speed's okay. Our vertical speed is dropping though, and I don't understand quite why. Alright, I think I'm gonna level off here and I'm gonna let it take back over towards climb. In fact, we're gonna see what happens if I have it at this angle of attacking. Okay, it's going to force it down. It's going to do a very slow climb rate, which is okay. We got it well above what I think we need to worry about as far as mountains and stuff are concerned. So, let's do... Oh, it is that one. I zoom in. I want to zoom in and out kind of thing. Yeah, that's a lot of mountains. That is really cool over there. Okay, so clearly I didn't break it, but I thought I had. And it's the weirdest thing ever. Right here, I'm guessing that this is another fuel tank. But it only has one. Which is like the weirdest thing to me. Alright, so what's our problem here? Our heading's getting thrown off, we just have some turbulence. Okay. What about, okay, 42 and 37. I remembered to actually look. Although, since I can't set it to both like I mentioned earlier, doesn't really matter. Just have to watch and switch it back and forth periodically. But we got about 30 minutes left in the stream, so we'll see how that goes. Still have the cabin pressure thing going on. Instruments. Yeah, there's nothing really I can do to, like, get both of it or whatever. Let's get back to the pilot view. I'm sure there's a faster way to do that, but I don't know it. We'll leave it at that for the moment. And I think I did Control Enter. Nope, that is not the way I wanted to do it. Alt Enter. No, no, that was the full screen thing. Gosh darn it. Shift Enter. Shift Enter took me up, right? This is cool. Now open a window. No, darn it. Okay, so we have a cabin pressure goal, but I don't know where to look to actually see the current cabin pressure. I assume it would read out in these dials somewhere, but I can't get a good view of it. Wait, is this it here? Oh, wow. Okay, okay, I see what's going on. So it's going up. It's just going up incredibly slowly. So its current cabin pressure is 17,006. Well, that's exactly what we're at. I don't understand the cabin altitude thing then. Unless there is an alternate oxygen thing that I'm supposed to be dealing with that I don't know where it is. That's the other logical assumption, is that so when you get above 12,000 feet, you have to have the capability to just keep enough oxygen in the aircraft so the pilots and the passengers don't pass out. Which I almost did, just trying to say that all without taking a breath. So they don't lose consciousness. But the buttons could be anywhere on here. I have no idea. None whatsoever. Where are we on traffic control here? Quest flight following. And car Center Piper Delta Foxtrot India Papa Alpha. Is type Piper Malibu, 37 miles southwest of Urzakan. Request flight following. I don't want to do the funny voice that they do. Squawk 3052. Acknowledge. Ta-da! So I'm guessing the rotation of the Earth is from west to east, and the reason our heading is taking us so far off, of course, if that's accurate, is that eventually we will be headed straight for it. So we're flying off on an angle this direction. Over the course of 21 hours, the Earth would rotate enough that we would land in Singapore. Just a tipsy tip. Feet a minute. So we've almost hit 20,000. We're at 18,500 at the moment. And I'm wondering if I should actually change the cabin pressure to something lower, the goal that is, to something lower, so that it simulates being at said altitude, right? That makes sense to me. But like here, I have no idea what altitude I am in the Pittsburgh area. I think it's only a few thousand feet, 3,000 on like the high mountains in the area. So I think when we went backpacking, we went up to, what was the mountain range? We took the Laurel Highlands hiking trail. What's flight following? Acknowledge last transmission. I didn't, so they canceled the services. And this is why it needs to work. But we went up there, and I think the highest point on the whole trail is like 2,400 feet above sea level. So it makes sense to me that radar contact 33 miles southeast of Urzikan. Acknowledge radar contact. So it makes sense to me that cabin pressure goal should be something like that. I don't really have a good place to look. Let me try and use my phone to see if I can find out. Go. What is cabin pressure goal? Copy Piper India Papa Alpha. We do it that way because okay, so the equivalent effective cabin altitude is more commonly known as cabin altitude. This is defined as the equivalent altitude above mean sea level having the same atmospheric pressure according to standard atmospheric pressure models such as the International Standard Atmosphere. In order to reduce stress and pressurize part of the fuselage, stress is proportional to the difference in pressure inside and outside the cabin. In typical commercial passenger flight, the cabin altitude is programmed to rise gradually from the altitude of the airport of origin to a regulatory maximum of 8,000 feet. So our issue is that for whatever reason, the cabin pressure goal was set to 28,000 feet when we got in. Like I said, that made a lot more sense. Okay, so I'm going to go down, get rid of the controls, see if it's dropping. It is dropping, okay. It's dropping at 88 feet per second, I'm guessing that is. I'm assuming it's per second. Hopefully that'll go away once this gets back down below 8,000. So that was the issue. I don't know why it defaulted to 28,000. There's a lot of stuff in Flight Sim World that they automate, just like they did in FSX, for beginners like myself, so that you're not constantly having to watch every little thing like a pilot would in this particular aircraft. Now obviously we're discovering this because I managed to get the autopilot on and we seem to be on a pretty steady course, but the pressure is getting too much. Actually, technically the pressure is getting too little. Alright, so that's that, and we'll see what happens when we get it back down to 31,000 feet, because that's awesome. Billy, the reason I don't check to answer your question on my phone is because my phone won't handle the Steam shop and stuff. It doesn't work. I guess I could just Google it though, huh? Let's try Googling it to see if it's available. Boop. So, Flight Sim World Xbox release. Okay, looks like they did a release from Dovetail did a release in May. So somebody asked Dovetail if Flight Sim World was coming to Xbox One and PS4, and it said not for the foreseeable future. While a console version of Flight Sim World would be amazing, putting 100% of our focus into making the PC version the best it can be before allocating time and resources elsewhere, which is kind of, you know, typical of any game being created. If you're not making a game specifically for the Xbox, then normally your focus is on oh, I got a message. Wow, Boo is on her way home. I'm gonna send her a funny message. Cool. I am still headed to Singapore. From where we start? We started in Istanbul. From Turkey, which is a 21.5-hour flight. And then we're going to do the tongue sticky outy emoji. Because that's funny. Bloop. Yes, I know people are sending me messages. No, I don't want to look at all of them because I want to monitor my YouTube chat as well. Yeah, I'm just going to check on the YouTube stream. So, there you go, Billy McLean. Sorry, not for Xbox One right now. You will need a decent computer to run it, but not an exceptional computer. My computer overall basically is I want to say the basis of it is 8 years old. Now I've updated the graphics card because my old one went out. I've updated the processor because the old one just couldn't handle it, but the processor upgrade, while significant, wasn't substantial enough to keep me using this computer for several years. Instead, I'm going to wait for the Ryzen 9s to be released and then put out more money than I ever have apparently on a computer, assuming I have the money at the time. She apologized. She laughed at me, then she apologized, guys. That is Boo for you. Hey, look, the cabin pressure thing is all gone. And the pressure is at 7,000 feet. So, if it's something I can set whenever I want, And yeah, I got City Skylines for Xbox. It was pretty dumbed down version of the PC version. And that's the problem with consoles. Consoles don't have the computing power, especially when it comes to graphics, to do it. Now, obviously they're getting better, but I have an 8-year-old computer that will run any game, any Xbox game better than the Xbox can. And that's kind of sad. Now the Xbox One it's got what, 2 years on it, right? It's 2 years old, so you know my computer is 5 or 6 years older than an Xbox, still gonna run it. And on top of which, now of course my computer costs more, but I paid $700 for my computer. I ordered the parts and assembled what I had to myself to keep costs down, things like that, because I know how to do that. But at the same time, I mean, there's got to be something else they can do in a console to make it better, because it doesn't have to worry about all the back-end stuff that a normal PC that does a whole bunch of different things has to. But I don't know enough about electrical engineering to say that that's a definite. My question now is about the pressure. Why wouldn't I put the pressure at, say, like 2,000 feet? Would the plane explode? Because the pressure's so high inside and so low outside? Because I know around here at 2,000 feet I'm completely comfortable. So yeah, 2 years, okay. So the only thing I could think of as far as this goes is that you would want to change the pressure if you're taking off at one altitude, landing at another. You would want to gradually change that so that when you landed, people weren't getting headaches and ear pops and things like that. But I just said it opposite. So where are we at now? 27 and 37. So we're 10% off. I'm going to go ahead and switch that over to the left tank so that we don't have problems. You pass out. What do you mean I pass out? If there's increased air pressure inside, they're using, well, the engine in a plane like this one to, it's using the compressor, which squishes the air, providing more dense pressure, whatnot, for the engine combustion, and they bleed off some of that into the cabin. And you pass out at higher altitudes, not at lower altitudes. At lower altitudes, there's plenty of oxygen molecules mixed into the air that you're fine. So the same should be true. If I set it lower, I should have a more oxygen-rich atmosphere, rather than 8,000 set it at 2. Obviously, we can fit anywhere in there, but it also seems to be having trouble getting it down that low, and that might be another issue. There may, or well, that high, technically speaking. Yeah, it looks like it is stuck. Yeah, it's not changing at all. Okay, so I'm gonna put it back up to 8,000. Or just under 8,000, because that's the max. Maybe we'll do close to 7,000. So that, assuming the simulation's correct, that answers my question for me right off. I am really hungry, guys. Is it time to quit? Almost time to quit. Get this up to 7,000. 7,000 exactly. That's perfect. And it can obviously increase to 7,000 rather easily. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I know a lot about flight physics. I don't know a lot about flight engineering necessarily. Especially when it comes to electrical engineering. I was sorry that my computer cannot handle the 8 times speed. The 8 times speed would have been great. That would have taken it down to about 3 hours. We could have finished it. So, if and when and if I get a new computer with a Ryzen 9 in it, I plan on getting the Threadripper. I don't know if they're calling the Threadripper the Ryzen 9. I don't know if they're going to make a whole series of 16 core processors, because that's going to be a lot. But it's 16, 32 threads, 64, where for whatever reason Microsoft is doing on some of theirs 10 cores, 20 threads, but only 40 instead of 64, and there's no reason to do that when they're, you know, it should be like 80. But I digress. It's, again, could be something I don't understand. Alright, so we're going to go up 25,000 feet since we now figured out how to do the cabin pressurization. Now it said its ceiling was 25,000. It did not say its service ceiling was 25,000. If you go to look at actually purchasing an aircraft or that was weird. Sorry, got distracted by the television in the other room. Or looking up stats on other aircraft and things like that, what you'll notice is that there'll be a ceiling and then there'll be a service ceiling. And the ceiling is the absolute max that it can travel at in height-wise. However, you have to have the engine at max, you have to have both fuel tanks on, you know, no flaps, gear up, everything. You have to have it streamlined for the fastest possible flight and the perfect weather conditions to reach that altitude. And then there's a service ceiling, which is usually only a couple of thousand feet lower. You know, anywhere from like 1 to 5,000 feet lower is very common. So weird. Anyway. Strange. Oh, what the heck was that? I'm gonna settle back in, okay? Yeah, okay. So we're almost at 21,000 feet. We're experiencing quite a bit of turbulence, it seems. But hey, I guess we'll see how far we can get, and I'll save it. You know, I'll do it. I'll save it. I can't promise that we'll do the same one next week. Okay? Smuggle, what are you talking about with the pub quiz? Are you talking like Jackbox stuff or just random questions? Like, did you know kind of stuff? Because if you didn't know, I think it's 44,000. This was reported a long time ago. It was like 1989 or something. 44,000 Americans, United States Americans, are injured by toilet seats every year. So there's a fun fact if you needed one. I forgot to hit the heading indicator first. We actually ended up off our heading, but that's good. I mean, we've been flying for like an hour, maybe not a full hour, but close to it since the last time I changed the heading. So I'm happy. Random, but get most wrong. Doesn't everybody usually get them wrong? Let's see what I can find. We got 8 minutes. No, we're not going to stare at the console for 8 minutes, though. I want to look out the window. That's the nice part of flying. Looking outside. Okay, so those of you on YouTube, I highly suggest you jump over to Mixer right now so you can type in the chat. But Smuggle has been talking the most, and he's on Mixer, so I'm using my phone, which means I can't see the YouTube chat. Which U.S. state is named on the label of a Jack Daniels bottle? That's an easy one, right? Assuming you grew up in the United States and you know anything about any sort of alcohol. And you fly over Area 51. I could if I knew where Area 51 was. I know, what, Nevada or New Mexico? I don't remember. Acknowledge handoff. 128.1 Piper, India Papa. Alpha. I actually think I hear it. Kentucky! No, it's not Kentucky. It's Jack Daniels Tennessee whiskey. Alright, I'm gonna that and actually I'm putting both on one. For a minute there, I thought I heard it. No message to transmit to 128.1. Alright. Okay, now I want to change the cockpit up to 5 to see if that increases the noise from the engines. It does not. Okay, so we're probably, for now on, gonna... Kentucky, yeah, it's Kentucky. No, it's Tennessee. Alright, a phlebotomist extracts what from the human body? A phlebotomist extracts what from the human body? And I didn't understand what you were asking for before. We should have done this 3 hours ago, mate. Come on, Smuggle. This is for you, mate. What does a phlebotomist do to your body? And no Googling it. Mucus. No, it's blood. A phlebotomist is someone who takes your blood. So when you go to the hospital for anything and they say they need to run a few tests, and then the lady comes in with the needle and those 8 tiny plastic tubes to take your blood. Oh, this is a good one. What is the female equivalent of polygamy? Okay, so polygamy is having more than one wife. Okay, so what is the female equivalent of polygamy called? I said it wrong though. Polygamy is male or female, so more than one husband or wife or both. And then polygyny is more than one wife. What is the female version? What do you call a woman who has more than one husband? Besides in trouble. Because men are trouble. Not a clue. Yeah, I wouldn't have known that either. It is Palandry. Oh, how many feet are in a fathom? How many feet are in a fathom? This is going to be the last one because it is 12:30 and I need to end the stream for the day. But hey, I learned a lot about the flight simulator, which will help us a lot in the future. Our flights will be much shorter if I use the autopilot. I don't know about using the increased speed because my computer just doesn't seem to have the processing power to handle that. How many feet in a fathom? No, it's 6 actually. Now, of course, this is businessballs.com. I have no idea if the answers are even correct. I assume they're correct. Now, I know the one about Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey is correct, but that's the only one I can confirm. All right, so let's save our flight. We'll call it Booze Punishment. And it is from Istanbul, Turkey. That's not how you spell Turkey. It's not Shanghai. Where was I going? Oh no, I forget. Where was I going? Where did she send us? Singapore. There we go. Save. And we're probably going to try the Hawaiian Paradise one at some point again, although I might just do it on my own. I don't want to bore you guys with the same stuff all the time. So yes, I'm sure I do want... failed. Well, it's a 21-hour flight, so deal. I love the music. The music's great. It would be awesome if you could turn that on in the airplane too, just for some background sound. Bye-bye music. That one, and thank you, Smuggle. Man, you're a beast. Thank you for being here the whole stream, man. That is insane and worthy of recognition. All you guys who followed today, thank you so much. If you guys do need any help setting anything up, you guys can message me. The best way is to use the comment section on YouTube because I get notified of that. I don't always get my notifications for Facebook and Twitter when I'd like. So thank all of you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. We'll do more pub quizzes for now on. That's going to be a Smuggle thing. Thank you, Smuggle, for that. While we're doing the legs of the flights, just for fun. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Hopefully with Luna playing. I have no idea. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.